Hey hello everybody, we're back finally. It's been a little bit longer than I wanted to because I took longer to edit the last video because it got corrupted. That was fun to deal with. But I also found out that I thought there was only one more side story to go. But after playing in the background the normal story, I find out that no, I got two. So you can imagine my surprise there. So then I looked it up and found out that there's two more after that too. Alright, so apparently there's two more side stories that come after this. I don't know how to get them, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I'm gonna do these ones for now, at least. So we did go through and do Natsuki's storyline and get that finished up. So with all that out of the way, let's get through these two at least before I, try and find out what in the world I have to do for the other two. Wait, what was that? Respect. I was almost about to say another word. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Through their initial setbacks, the three club members have, so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri have increased their collective bond with the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all three of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the three find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before. Natsuki. Hello! Hi? Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Of course she does. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay! That's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk. Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms onto it. Oh, and Yuri can make some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone and sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound too bad after all. More or less just wants to get away, in other words. Okay then, how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay. Well, I'm Monika, I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club, a way for people to express themselves through writing, or reading, or whatever the other kind of literature. I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. I have a vibe? Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna judge people I just met like that. Yeah, very adult of you. I always judge people hard. Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles. I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh, yeah? Very adult of you. I'm an adult. The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Sayori lowers her voice. She's kind of shy, but she really is nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Ooh, let's get some ice cream. My favorite is probably cookie dough? Or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monika is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. Oh, what's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still. It's pretty chill here. Do you just like to hang out? Or do you actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff, too. It just hasn't been very structured yet, since we only have like 3 members. So we kinda just loosely spend our time doing stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with like some more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you like to get the club into?
Well, I guess I'm literature. Well, I like manga.
Manga?
Hey, why'd you say it like that?
I want to read manga in the club. Wait a second. Sarah never showed interest before this. Well, after this, I guess I should say. I'm confused a little bit here. Wait a second. Wait, hold on a second.
That sounds so great. Like, after all, I've been doing all this,
Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which she sits down on an empty desk.
After all of the deep, immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that.
Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kinds of literature that you're interested in?
Well, not really.
In that case, have you considered the anime club? Really tried to turn away a new club member. Wow! Monika!
Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys.
Just give it time, Natsuki. You're gonna find them weird guys soon too. I promise. His name is Andrew.
Come on. Is that big of a deal? Manga is literature, right?
I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically...
I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just, like, keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll literally do whatever you want me to. That's fine, right?
Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my god, thank you! You're the best! I have most of it crammed in my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay?
Natsuki stands up.
Need some help? Yeah, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we'll never find out then.
Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. I'm such a pushover.
Hey, that's not bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun.
Maybe, I mean, but... she has, like, no actual interest in literature, you know? And that's normally fine, but she said that she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea is gonna get cold. That's the only thing Yuri is worried about. Just her tea. Yeah. Well, that's not related.
Well, I think everyone deserves a chance. Especially if you can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take to liking to literature.
Are you sure you just don't want to read her manga, Sayori?
Hey, who do you think I am?
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone, and that includes me, so...
Does that mean I bother you?
No, you're a pleasure to be around.
I was just fishing for a compliment.
I know.
But still, I really think that we should give her a chance.
Yeah, alright. But I really am going to start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the three of them hear a thump against the door.
What was that?
Sarah stands up and walks over to the door and opens it.
Thank you.
Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite the collection. Sarah giggles in excitement. While catching her breath, Natsuki replies,
There's still one more box. I could put them away myself. I know how to organize them.
Monika anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she really needs to kick the club into gear before anyone gets too complacent. Seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. Next day, I guess? Yep, okay, at the next club meeting, Monika is the first to arrive, but ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said that she wasn't gonna bother anyone, so why does she feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? While Monika thinks, the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one to return. Need help?
No, I got it.
Monika awkwardly tries to start up a conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelves are pretty empty. Maybe we could put them up there.
I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient.
Yeah, but... Monika sighs. The teachers are gonna ask what all this manga is doing in here, and I have to tell them it's for the literature club.
So?
Monika backs off and slumps into a desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere acclimated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room.
Good afternoon.
Sari spins into the club room.
Oh, I see someone's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Because I have this.
Sari brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic.
I found some money to get a cookie. Ooh, that's so pretty.
As Sari trots over the closet, the colorful shelves catch her eye.
Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way! I saved up all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Boo.
Defeated Sari unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri returns a quick nod of of understanding. Sorry. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it would be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good to everyone? Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too.
Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests.
Maybe we could give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try and come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try and expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with.
Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here?
Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences.
Ugh. Need a drink.
I like Sayori's succession.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but, Monika's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion or anything? Natsuki, are you sure that you don't have any other literature interest you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts Monika off suddenly by standing up.
Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted here, so I'm just gonna leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it.
Okay, I think you're kind of just jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room.
Oh no.
Sari runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. For the second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. Why am I being such a jerk? No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. Probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find, so that she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monika sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club's vision. You know, like people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem like she wants to add anything. Sorry, you can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh. Well, I'm great. I just ruined the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustrations want to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club, your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. It's kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and has no place here. Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it, so I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling her conversations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You might be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. It's just, this really wasn't what I had in mind for the club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monika had failed to consider before now. Where is the line even drawn at what considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the large box sets and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean... Amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monika opens the book. For a second, I thought it was actually going to show us a page of the book, and I was like, are we actually going to be able to see what the stuff that Sayori was reading? So we got a new song. Where the heck is it? Oh, we had that one. I have no idea what song it is. It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Now we have Respect Part 2, so why not? Go for it!
This sucks. Why is Monika such a jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Monika's really nice, and she cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you.
Natsuki sighs.
I know, thanks. It just really sucks.
Do you want me to talk to Monika?
I don't know. I think it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you were to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome to the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please. I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy. So, I want to make that happen for you. I was wondering, what was the reason that you decided to join the literature club? Well,
Natsuki hesitates.
It's kind of dumb. Don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't even welcome. You were to me. So, just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monika. I promise.
Natsuki sighs.
I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about what anyone else thinks. But, you know, the signs for the literature club said that you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie, apparently.
Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall.
Oh, and I do like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monika? Because...
I just realized that both of their voices are like exactly the same. I'm gonna have to fix that. Alright, let's think.
Sayori could be a little bit more like this.
And Natsuki can be a little...
What the...
She was being so judgmental! Why? She was being so judgmental that she didn't... I just want to tell you something, her! It's like a dejected version of freaking Yoda. Alright, try that again.
So Natsuki can be something more like this. And Sayori... I guess she could be something like this.
And then Monika's like this. So that makes a little bit more sense, I guess.
And then Sayori's just like this. And then Natsuki's like this. Just a little bit more, cracking. I don't know. She was being so judgmental that I didn't just want to tell her something that she wanted to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. And if she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try and push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing.
Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room today, at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. It's part of the club vision for her to be welcome.
You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. It's supposed to be what the club's for. So, I'm gonna do everything I can to fix this. I promise.
These days are flying by. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling, with students rushing to meet their friends and make the most out of their limited break time. Where could she be? Among them is Monika, who eats her lunch in the classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid trying to come to the club, Monika decided to try and find her during lunch so that she could make amends. After searching for an extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short nature, Natsuki's bright hair helps stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika is afraid to get closer. Natsuki's with some friends who Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It'd be really tactless to just interrupt them. Oh yeah, did you end up joining that literature club or what?
Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I?
I told you she would join. Come on, you know that she only joined because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club.
I told you I never wanted to join that stupid club.
Oh, sure. Well, you have to give her some credit for at least trying to make an effort to finally grow past that trash. True. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you.
Shut up. Just let me do my thing.
I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What? You're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction? Well, obviously I want a signed copy. What the fuck? I started laughing and then I started reading. Oh gosh. Don't tell me that she did this.
That was years ago.
You know, I can't even say it.
That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now?
I told you I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you've come since then. Not to mention, you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a past joke about it.
Yeah, sure.
They grow up fast. It brings tears to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. Oh, what the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monika picks up a desk. Okay. I'm glad I reread that, because at first I really thought they meant Monika just yeeted a freaking chair. Doki Doki Lift Club's back, guys. Monika picks the desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like the literature club is a place where you can go to express yourself, unless it's in the way that I don't like, so I'm mad at myself. And I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay, I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Well, Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know? It makes me feel like she wasn't taking the club serious. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that, that the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad, like, just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And when I had that thought, it was when I came to the realization that I was kinda doing the same thing, and just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, but I just dismissed it. No, I actually tried to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, remember? Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it, but then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. And now I'm repeating the same mistake, except I really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I just let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm gonna get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah. I'll get them back by making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump. With a rare stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her. Whoa.
I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president.
Is this about Natsuki?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it.
Really?
I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her.
Oh. Yay! I did it!
Good job! Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Friendship wins again.
So how do you want to make it up to her? I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki's coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. Monika was afraid of that, not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of her damage that she's inadvertently caused. But the one way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's just so easy to duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But that's not enough. To truly represent someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to club meeting tomorrow?
I can do that.
Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend, and you're such a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away and hides a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's gonna be pretty quiet club meeting. I'm gonna step out for a bit, is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just gonna read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here?
Sayori picks up a manga that she was resting on a distant desk. Oh, Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. Sayori's calling her out.
But I thought you said she hadn't come to the club.
Actually, Monika's been... Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it was just someone else who was using the classroom. Then okay? Monika smiles at them both, then with a wave she exits the classroom. I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki, and that would get really awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. A keyboard? What do you need a keyboard for? The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori is going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits and then stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book, of course. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room.
We're here.
Welcome back. Monika, the club president, stands up to greet them with a smile. Sorry, picks up the oh my gosh. Saria picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits close next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. Nostalgic? She would stand at the front of the club room just like this, struggling to picture just who she may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had, admittedly so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. Really? What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing that she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Welcome back. Okay, everyone. She said it! Did she say that yet? I actually don't know. I haven't been paying enough attention to realize. The literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monika turns around to face the chalkboard, and on it she writes manga in big letters. Today we're going to learn from an expert about unique forms of literature. Manga.
Oh, come on. Isn't this kind of forced? You know, I don't actually want to do this, so just...
Monika shakes her head. Natsuki. This is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it, and I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you?
Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because they already told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monika planned all this herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her.
I was witness to that as well. This is the literature club. The literature club is a place where everyone can be themselves. We all have our own interests and differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about things that make you happy. I think you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates.
But it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into.
Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye.
If you like it, then it's not dumb.
Oh, except for me. Wait, what?
Oh, except for me.
Sorry, you're not dumb either. Okay, that flew over my head. That's because I am dumb, though, so... I have an excuse!
What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all.
Natsuki stands up.
Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro.
But I didn't want you to just like me for that.
Wow, really?
I really did have you wrong, Natsuki.
Yeah, whatever.
Today's not about that anyway, right?
It's about manga, so I hope you're ready.
A week has passed since Natsuki's return to the literature club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Does that break the... I'm pretty sure they say something in the normal game that they haven't done that. And that's why they want to do it at the end. Huh. Maybe I'm wrong? I hope I'm wrong. But I can't remember. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry or Are you in a hurry home or anything?
Me? Not particularly. Why?
Oh, there was just something I wanted to show you, if you had a few minutes.
Yeah, sure, what is it?
It's not here. Can you follow me to the music room? Ah, we're gonna find out what she wanted the keyboard for.
The music room? Oh, why?
Well, you'll see. Whoa, an actual music room. For once we actually see what the music room looks like. Haha! You know, I was thinking back, when the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself. Like, things I was probably always too stubborn to admit.
Oh, come on.
I just completely skipped over that.
Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just, brought a bunch of manga, and they got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it.
No, honestly, I needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would never have realized that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected.
It's just really hard for me to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place. But when you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can really get hard to brush it off. And it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. You know, like I'm not doing enough to please everyone. And I'm being too entitled if I just want people to like me, without having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself. I don't think I am. I just wish that some people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am.
As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was as strong as you were, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as perfect to other people. And anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I really started thinking about that stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it.
But, well, like I said, I didn't even do anything.
You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Monika takes a breath. This thing here. The thing is, I might have read a bit of your manga.
What? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, I think I just felt kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it.
I can't believe you, of all people, were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny.
Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right?
You were reading the Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste.
Just one volume. And I kind of just picked it out randomly.
Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me all your favorite parts.
Well, I think it's some kind of weird fate, because the character isn't just in a literature club, she also plays piano. It's just weird, because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was the perfect person that I always wish I was, if I just did what I wanted instead of always second-guessing myself. Monika walks over to the piano and sits down. Is Monika gonna play the piano? I always felt like I should share the absolute best parts of myself, the parts that will impress people and make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I really realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotion. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing.
Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to the Parfait Girls, not me.
No. Well, maybe it's true that the Parfait Girls put the thought into my head, but it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day.
Every day?
Because, you just make me feel like I wanted to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long, and I'm really not good at it yet, at all. But I wrote a song for the club, and I worked really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah. Alright, are we just gonna shuffle through different pictures, I'm gonna guess, while this is going on? That's all.
That was so good.
It was?
Yeah, are you kidding? You're like already pro.
Not even close. And does the song have a name? Okay, can I just say, if you have literally been practicing for only a couple weeks, and that's how good you can play, you're a prodigy. I've been practicing piano for over a freaking year, and I still can't even do barely a lot. Then again, I'm teaching myself. But then again, hey, so have you!
Does the song have a name? You said it was about the club, so...
Yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was, like, such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about everyone. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that.
Well, I think it's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I didn't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So, yeah. I really didn't mean to take it out on you. And I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right.
It's fine, I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing.
Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep the manga in the club room. You did admit that it's a form of literature. You totally can't take that back now.
You got me. The closet's all yours.
Tell you what, I'll bring you a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return.
What kind of little something?
You'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed.
The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. Ah, she brought cupcakes. Alright, so we got music, which... Oh, so now we have, I know I saw... Yeah, right there we have that one, which is the same one, but then we also have a piano version. We have a new picture. Finished Respect Part 2. Wait a minute, aren't these... Pretty sure these are the little, like, stands that they sold with the, hard copy edition. Or this physical edition, whatever you call it. Is that, like, Monika working on the song? Can't tell. Anything else? I'm gonna imagine that there's the piano background. Yeah, definitely. but I believe that's probably... Oh, no, there's also the background there. Jeez, there's a lot of pictures. Alright, cool. Mail. I forgot to say that, actually. I got mail. And it's very confusing. So the first one I got was, from I've Laster. I'm on leave the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need scheduling server time, but I expect my jobs to run for a few days. Since we've collected so much data this week, how about we arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return? And then we had this one, Side Stories, from Revorta, or however you pronounce that name. Untitled Mail Group, do not use. I didn't even notice that the first time. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to do so delicately hide Monika's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our communication to the VM. Just to clarify, all of the recordings labeled Side Stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and there that differ a little bit from those of the VM1. Ooh. I did not think about that the first time, but that could have explained why I earlier was thinking, didn't they do that at the end of the actual game? Because I remember them saying that they didn't do it yet, of sharing everybody's different interests. Something's going on. Even trivial ones. It's part of the butterfly effect. For some of Monika's more fundamental changes, or if it's the result of her messing around with the other characters in the VM1 as her own experiment, or for fun. So if I'm keeping track, we have, what, like 5 different universes in total, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed, by Monika, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality they're all as real as ours anyway. So that one, the first time I read this, I was like, alright, whatever that means. When I got this, I was very confused. I got both of those when I finished Natsuki's storyline. Those were the first time I ever got anything. And I have not read this one yet. Character discrepancy. Okay. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. This makes me speculate that Monika is meddling in less clumsy than we think. Because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user, could that be why the character has such limited and distant personality traits, or am I reading too much into this? I'll open the issue and start tracking info and observing the anomaly of this character appearing. What character are they talking about? So something is definitely happening. Wait a second. I'm confused now. These are all coming in different dates. 2019. That sounds very familiar for Doki Doki, I mean. Wasn't there something about Yuri and her code in the last game? The actual just normal Doki Doki, not the plus. Something in her file or whatever said 2019. Whatever, that seems to be it. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I guess that's going to be it for this one. The next one is going to be Balance Part 1 and Part 2, which is Sayori and Natsuki Revolve story, it looks like. I still need to figure out how to get those other 2 stories, but we'll figure that out when it gets to that. Anyways, that'll be it for this video. Peace out, everybody. Remember to like and comment.